Hey everybody, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Woo. Y'all, I slept so good. When I say I was in a coma, I don't want to say dead, but I swear I was in a coma. Am I too up close, y'all? We're just going to keep it like this because I don't got my little stand down here. But listen, um, anybody who follows Queen Naija and her journey from YouTube to music artist, and there's some stuff going on with her family. There's some stuff going on with her new boyfriend Clarence and the family. It seems that they are not getting along for whatever reason. He is not feeling the mama, anybody. They were trying to say friends and everybody, but she's still friends with Trey, from Trey and Armand. And I'm familiar with these people. This is how I became familiar with YouTube, because my kids watch YouTube, and my daughter specifically, she is 19 years old. So these people are her age group, and they got this money, and they're in these relationships, and they're on social media, so it caught her eye. So she followed the Queen Naija story. That's how I became familiar. And see, today is Wednesday, and this is from Sunday's face mask, and this is it. That's all the serum that's in there. This one didn't have that much, but that one, those other kind, I'm going to use that one tonight. Because today's Wednesday, so Sunday, Wednesday, give it a few days. You want to do one maybe every few days, every couple days if you like. You can really do one every day if you like, but it's just all about how extra you are, or, whatever. But anyway, so that's how I came familiar with these people, who these people are. So, anyway, Queen has been married, divorced, had a child, and she's only, I think, just turned 22 years old. In a new relationship, just had a new baby, I think is about a week old. And it was said that, first it was said that the mom wasn't allowed to come in the house, her home. Then it was said that the mom was put out of the hospital when she was giving birth to the baby, or after she gave birth. And so, I just felt like we don't know what happens behind closed doors. We know what's we can kind of put pieces together and that sort of thing. But to be all the way real, you don't know what that mama or them family members said to that boy. There could have been some skeptical things that they were thinking, because from the very beginning they were saying that he was a clout chaser, he was using her and everything else. People are still saying that, but in the beginning it was right off the bat, he's using her, he's a clout chaser, whatever, he's using her. So you don't know if the family was also saying these things, or if some stuff was said or whatever in the beginning. People have to understand, words, you don't forget them. You can learn to forgive a person. Yes, as time goes on, you're not as angry. Something might happen and you mad as hell. And then, tomorrow you wake up and it's just you still feel some type of way, but you ain't ready to just, knock their head off. Stuff happens, with time, stuff goes on, but people never forget what you say. Once you say it, it's out there. You can't take it back. So, and I'm not saying that they did that. All I'm saying is we don't know, as people who are on the outside looking in, we don't really know the reasoning behind what is going on. So, the mother, they call her Mama Love. Her name is Reva. The mama spoke last night. She made a video, and she's just basically saying it's in God's hands. She is saying that, she had a plan for her child, Queen. She had a plan for Queen's life, as a mother. She wanted Queen to graduate high school. And I'm at that point with my daughter right now. You want your kid to graduate. You don't want them to have kids too early. You want them to, fall in love, be married, then start a family, and those sorts of things or whatever. That's what the plan that she had for her daughter. Her daughter became pregnant with baby CJ, which is her first child, and she was saying she was going to take her to go get an abortion. She saw a certain scripture that basically said, this is God's plan, this is not your plan, so she let off, the pregnancy happened, and, baby CJ is here. And so she just said from that point on, when she became aware of that scripture at that time in her life, she's pretty much held on to that up until today, just saying that, we can plan whatever we want for our life, for our children's lives, but ultimately it's going to play out. It's God's plan, and whatever He has meant for us is going to happen, and that's we need to step back and we need to let Him do His thing. So I agree with that. I agree that, like I said, my daughter is a senior right now. She only has a couple months left. It hasn't been a easy journey. No, she doesn't have children or have a baby, but, she's had the boy trouble, and, and it's been scary at times because, you as a parent, you kind of give up your life, I did as a parent, because sometimes, especially if it's not a two-parent home, you got to make decisions. Are you going to go off and can you just go off and, further your education? Can you just have whatever job you want? We all don't have those luxuries. And sometimes we got to do what's best for right now, because we have other people that depend on us and people we have to take care of. So our life isn't ours anymore. It's more of what's best for our children. And so in that case, you want your children to be better than you. You want your children to do things differently. You want them, you kind of want to give them a heads up on what life is about and how to go about doing things, just so that hopefully they don't have the struggles that you have. So, she was kind of talking about that, and I'm kind of inserting my own as well, my own experiences as well. And so, but then these kids grow up and they form their own opinions, and they go out in the world and they got influences, and, they start to grow feelings for people. And it's just like everything you did went out the window, and like, damn, you know what I'm saying? One person can just get in their head, and it's just like you just sitting on the edge of your seat, because it's like, you do want your children to be better than you. You do want them to do things the right way, or, whatever. So I agreed with, I did understand her on that. And so she just basically said, however things are going to play out, they're going to play out. She's not going to worry. She prays for her child. She said she doesn't need to be there. So there is some truth to she is not allowed to be around. She basically spoke and said that, as a parent, you do have the right to say who can and can't be around your child. You may have different reasons behind that, but it's still your decision. She also said that she doesn't need to be there in her child's presence for her to pray for her, or for her to, wish her well, and, pray for the best for her. She does that, from a distance. And so it is true that I don't know about being put out the hospital, but I'm going to assume that's true also. But the thing is that we still don't know the reasoning behind it. So, but Mama Love did speak out. She did not give details. She just said that it's the parents' choice. So it's Clarence and Queen's choice on whether she is allowed to come around and whether she is allowed to be around her grandchild. And basically she put it in God's hands. She's prayed about it. She has prayed on her, her daughter's best interest, and her, basically just working through what she's working through, and that's all she can do. And so there you have it. Um, there is some there is some truth to her not being allowed to be around. And now we do know that part, but we just still don't know the reason why. So we just got to let it play out, y'all. And we also do have to understand that these people do live real lives. They're not, you know, they're not outside of normal life problems. They're not outside of feelings, acting and emotion, things that humans do. As humans, no one is ever going to be perfect. Nobody is going to be perfect. And when you put yourself in the public eye, you show people what you want to show them. And people are always going to speculate. I mean, that's just like if you're not in the public eye, your neighbor. Your neighbor might be nosy as hell, always looking out the window, wondering why you going and coming and who is that at your door, and putting their own little theories together. It can happen anywhere, anytime. It doesn't have to be somebody in the public eye. It doesn't have to be a famous person. It doesn't have to be anything like that. It can be the person across the street from you that's watching you. It could be you could be the nosy one. You could be the one that's nosy as hell and always watching shit. And every time something happens, you trying to figure out what's going on and making up your own theories as to what's going on. So, she did speak out, and I just want to say, that I just hope for the best for all of them. I hope that everything will work out. Things did happen pretty fast with Queen. She went from this long-term relationship, the father of her first child, to another relationship. But not only the relationship, it's everything that came with it. She put out this song, everything just blew up, and she's just pulled from all these directions. And at the same time, she has this person here, and he just happened to be the one that was right there with her and supported her along the way. So, of course, you're going to gain these feelings for a person. It's not normal, like just a normal breakup and you just met somebody and you're just with them. She had so much going on, and he could have eased that pressure for her. He could have, made things go a little smoother for her. He had a sister right there. He has, another family member right there. He has people right there that's already in place to and educated and already experienced and things that she needed at the time. So it's like things just were right there. He was able to provide what she needed at the time to get going. And for that, you look at a person and you're like, dang, if it wasn't for you, I don't know how I would have handled this or that. And not saying that he did it in the best manner or he had the best intentions. I don't know. You don't know. All we can do is let things play out how they play out. Don't be mean. Don't, like attack anybody. Just, if you got a question, ask a question. If you, if you have a question, you comment it and hopefully it gets answered or something like that or whatever. But don't just bash anybody. Don't cyberbully. Don't do any of that, because everybody goes through something. And even if you yourself haven't been through it, that doesn't mean you won't go through it. That doesn't, and just try to have understanding for people's privacy, understanding that people need to be able to work through their shit, without all the backlash, So anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that. I just wanted to give my opinion on her response and what she said. And it is kind of sad because it's kind of sad, but I don't know her as a person. Like I said, people show you what they want to show you. I don't know her as a person. She seems like a sweet lady. She seems like she loves her daughter. She seems like she loves her kids, period. And, she seems sad that she is not allowed to be, that she isn't there with that grandbaby or isn't able to love that grandbaby, right there in person. But hopefully that will change soon. Hopefully they can work through whatever they need to work through. And yeah, so that's all I'm going to say on that. I want to talk about something else though, y'all. So I will see y'all in just a little bit because I didn't even do nothing to myself. I'm just sitting here talking. So, okay, love y'all. See y'all in a minute.